Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now, in this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different here. We're gonna be going over the top 5 best performance mods for your 1999 to 2004 new Edge Mustang GT under $1,000. That's gonna be the huge focal point on this video. What can you guys get for under $1,000 that's gonna drastically impact how your Mustang GT rides as well as how it drives? So with all being said, the like goal in this video is going to be 20 likes, man. If we can get 20 likes on this vid, that'd be absolutely incredible. Also, I want to go ahead and incorporate as many of you guys on the channel as possible. So quick shout out to Notification Squad. If you guys want to get a shout out in one of my videos, make sure you guys comment Noti Gang, as well as what type of Mustang and what year Mustang you guys are riding in the comment section of this video. I'll give you guys a shout out in my next vid. So we're going to be using LMR as a site because I feel like a lot of people buy parts off LMR. Personally, I get a lot of my parts off of LMR. Also, I think a lot of people prefer this over American Muscle. No hate toward American Muscle. I've just, what I've seen on Facebook pages, what I've talked to a lot of people like LMR and they do like the SVE products. So we're going to go ahead and use this site to kind of put our cart together and figure out what we can buy for under $1,000. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over to the drivetrain, and you guys are probably, understanding where I'm going to. We're going to go over to the rear end gears. Now, probably one of the biggest things you can do to your 99 to 04 Mustang is to go ahead and swap in a set of new gears if that has not been done already. Now, my personal opinion, you have the option depending on if your car is boosted or in a 3 different types of gears. You either have the 355 gears, the 373 gears, or the 410 gears. Now, from my personal opinion, because I have a supercharged 04 GT, I'm going to tell you guys to go with 355 gears. But if you guys are NA, the 373s or the 410s are going to be your go-to gears. Now, these 2 gears, they're $289 for all of them, actually. So they're a pretty affordable mod that you guys could pick up and immediately see a result. Now, if you guys are daily drivers, you guys are on the highway, and you guys do not like to have a loud or Joni exhaust, I would recommend you guys going ahead with sticking with the 373 gears if you guys are NA, aka naturally aspirated. If you guys do not have a daily driver, you guys do not daily drive your Mustang, if you guys don't care about the drone, if you guys are just focused solely on performance and getting off the line quick, maybe you guys go to the track all the time, I'm going to go ahead and say that the 410 gears are going to be the way to go. Now, currently, I actually have 410 gears on my car with the Supercharger, and I'm not really enjoying it. And I'm currently switching back over to 355 gears. But if you guys are NA and just want to have, a hard pulling car off the line, blowing the tires off, and having some drone on the highway and don't mind all that, those 410 gears are going to be the way to go. But if you guys want to still have some highway experience, also want to go ahead and just drive the car and not really have to worry about gas mileage, that 373 gear is going to be your option. Gas is crazy expensive now, so I think a lot of us are going to be going with either 373s or the 55s when going ahead and picking your rear end gears, which is going to be my first mod that you guys should choose under $1,000. Now, what we're also going to be going over for the second mod is we're going to be going over to the exhaust, and we're going to be selecting a Catback. Now, the Catback and the X Pipe I'm going to have in conjunction. This actually does do a significant performance modification to your car because removing those cats is actually going to free up some, free-flowing exhaust and in turn giving you more horsepower and also making your car sound a lot better than it does stock. So you have some options here, some expensive options, you have some cheaper options, but that's going to be depending on how much you guys want to spend. Now, I actually have Borla ATAKs on my Mustang, which in my personal opinion, are one of the best sounding exhausts you can get on a 4.6 liter 2-valve or 4-valve. Now, for a cheaper option, you guys can go with the SLP Loudmouth Catback, which is also a really nice Catback exhaust. I've heard plenty of cars personally with this on, and they do sound good. It's going to be a lot louder, louder without a tone than the Borla ATAKs, but it will get the job done if you guys are looking for a louder and more personalized, Mustang. So you can pick this up for, $598, or if you guys want to go with the Borla ATAK, you guys can shell out some more money and get it for $843. Now, I know a lot of people love the Borla S-types, which are very good sounding catbacks. Arguably, they're the best on Cobras in my personal opinion, but they're a little bit cheaper than the ATAKs, a little bit more expensive than the SLP loudmouth. So in my personal opinion, if you guys don't care about loudness, the Borla ATAKs are going to be the way to go. They sound the best. They're going to be a deep toning exhaust, and they are good. Now, I actually had this Magnaful competition catback before, and it actually does sound pretty good. It's kind of a mellow tone. It's similar to the Stinger, but not as loud as the ATAK. But I feel like a lot of people just want a loud Mustang. So I think the two options people are going to go with are either going to be the SLP loudmouth, or you guys are going to go all out and get the Borla ATAK. So I would pick either or of these. Luckily, both of these are going to be under the $1,000 mark. Now, if you guys are wondering where I can go to get an X Pipe, you guys can actually go over this site here. Don't tell your friends about this that are, EPA fanboys. You can actually go ahead to LAR Performance, and they actually are making X Pipes for our cars. If you guys have long tube headers, you guys can see here, you get some long tube X Pipes that match the long tubes or BBKs. Stock or Shorty, they make them, and they're for $270. So you guys can couple this with, your stock headers or your long tubes and get yourself an X Pipe with, a catback exhaust and add $270 to that price. In my personal opinion, it's not a bad option. This is going to be your cheapest option on the market right now if you guys do not find anything used. So there you go. LAR Performance hooks us up with some off-road X Pipes. All right, so since we're back on the LMR website, we're going to be taking a look at the third modification, which is going to be under the suspension category. These cars are old. Odds are your suspension setup is worn out and is in dire need of an upgrade, and this is going to overall help the handling and performance and feel of your 99 to 04 Mustang. So let's go ahead, go over to the suspension category, and we're going to take a look at some lowering springs. Now, lowering springs are going to be a cheap option to go ahead and lower the car, make it look good, but also allow it to drive and feel a lot better. Now, personally, I've heard a lot of good things about Eibach Sportline lowering springs. I've actually had these on a different car, my FRS, and they worked out flawlessly. And I know a lot of people stand behind them in the Mustang community, and they kind of back that Eibach quality. These are going to drop your car about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, overall giving it a little bit more of an aggressive appearance, and also having the car feel and drive a little bit tighter and smoother around the corners. So if you guys are looking to drop the car but also go ahead and have a suspension upgrade, Eibach lowering springs are going to be a great option, and they're going to be running you about $325, well under that $1,000 price range. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and do the full Eibach suspension kit, it's actually going to be $899, but it's going to, encompass a lot more things. What you're going to get are going to get 2 front struts, 2 rear shocks, a pinion snubber, and a lowering spring kit, and all the hardware you guys need. So in my personal opinion, it's going to be a pretty good option to go ahead and kind of freshen up your suspension. Now, if you guys are just trying to go ahead and drop the car and not going to go for serious power, this is going to be a great option and something I'd recommend. But if you guys are like me and maybe trying to go for a built rear end, you might want to go ahead and look at some coilovers, with a K-member kit and a lot of other suspension upgrades to kind of put that power to the ground and not, break things when you guys are launching it at the track or on the street. So if you guys are just trying to cruise the car around, maybe, add power in slowly but surely, these Eibach lowering springs as well as this kit is going to be a good option for your 99 to 04 Mustang, and it's still going to be slightly under that $1,000 mark. All right, now for the fourth modification, I decided to jump on Summit Racing because this is going to be the cheapest place I can find some high quality tires for your 99 to 04 Mustang. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, why do you need a tire for a 200 horsepower car? Why do you need a tire for a 300 horsepower car? Your Mustang's NA, you don't need a tire. What are you doing? I've heard that nonsense all over the place, but here's my opinion on that. If you guys are running an NA car, racing an NA car, and you care about times or winning, the most important thing is to get all of that horsepower to the ground better than whoever you are racing. That's why you see so many videos of NA 10 speeds beating Hellcats, because they're hooking up that 500 horsepower while that Hellcat is spinning. So on Summit Racing, we're going to take a look at some Mickey Thompson ET Street SS tires. I'm not going to go ahead and promote the Rs right now because realistically, we don't need the Rs. You can actually daily drive the SSs I do right now in my car, and they work perfectly fine. Now, if you guys are not lowered that much and have about a 1-inch drop, you can actually go ahead and fit some 275, 60, 15-inch radials on your Mustang, and these are going to run you about $255 each. These are some great tires in the rear. They hook up perfectly, and they look good. I have not lowered, my car more than an inch. I have not rolled my fenders. I've done nothing to have these fit. They just bolted on, and they look good, and they work. Now, if you guys are running those I-box suspension lowering springs or some springs that drop your car more than an inch, you're going to have to go ahead and run the 275 50-inch Mickey Thompson tires, because these are what's going to fit better without having to actually go ahead and roll your fenders. I personally don't want to roll my fenders, so if you're lower than an inch and a half, I would just go with the 50s. They're going to fill out the wheel well a lot better, and you're not going to have to go ahead and roll out your fenders or do anything to kind of trick the suspension. So these are some great tires to put into the rear of your car. They hook up, they work well in the rain if you're obviously not driving like a madman, and they look good, and they have a pretty nice tread pattern. Now, for some good front directional tires, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's are going to be a great option. I had these on my FRS on all 4 corners. In the Mustang community, I know a lot of people like to have these on their cars, whether it be on the front, in the rear, or all the way around. And I like the 245 40 18s. That's what I'm going to be swapping out my front tires for that I have on the car right now. I have some, knockoff Toyos. I have their Federals. They're junk tires, completely junk. I'm going to go ahead and swap out the fronts for some Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's and run the 245 40 18s. And you can get these for $229 a pop. Both of these, the fronts and the rears, as far as the Michelin's and the Mickey Thompson's, are going to be just under $1,000. So definitely go ahead and give these a go. Check them out. I think you guys will definitely enjoy them. They're a pretty affordable tire option for your car, and this will be very important. Now, I'm actually not going to go ahead and throw in wheels under this category. I know tires and wheels kind of work out together, but that can vary depending on what type of wheels you want. I will go back on LMR and kind of showcase some wheels that are under $1,000 that you guys can go ahead and pair up with some good tires. But, wheels can literally range from like $800 all the way up to like $4,200 if you guys are going for something crazy like CCWs, which are like honestly even more than that, but you guys know what I mean. All right, so as you guys can see here, there are a bunch of wheels on LMR's website you guys can choose from. All these wheels are going to be ranging under the $1,000 price tag. I know a very popular wheel in the New Edge community is going to be the SVE NVX wheels. These are going to be technically reps of the Rovos Durbans, which are ironically reps of other wheels like Vossen. So going ahead and spending $899 as opposed to like the $1,200 or $1,300 that those Rovos Durbans are going for, in my opinion, is a way better deal. These wheels are literally, they look the exact same, they weigh the same, made of the same material. They just have a different center cap that you honestly can't even see. So spending $899, definitely a better option in my personal opinion. They look good. I have Rovos Durbans on my car. Would I buy them again? Absolutely not. If I were to go ahead and get the same wheels, I would just go ahead and get some SVE NVXs, or I'd personally go ahead and get some, Inkai RPF ones, which are going to be a lot lighter, better material, and kind of complement that wheel and tire setup that, I recommended earlier. So, well, technically just the tire setup, but you guys know what I mean. Having a lightweight wheel with the tire is going to be a lot, more beneficial, but on street use, these wheels are going to be pretty good. There's a reason I'm not, counting wheels in the top 5, just tires. So you guys can choose, between, what you guys like. 5 spokes. They have a bunch of multi-spokes on here as well. This don't really matter, but I want to show you guys exactly what LMR has to offer. Now, for the 5th and final modification, we're going to actually jump over to the engine section, and we're going to go down to engine management, and we're actually going to go ahead and select an SCT4 tuner. This is going to be a very good device to go ahead and tune your car, especially if you have some new gears, or overall just trying to get a tune-up to increase some horsepower and have your car run a lot smoother. This is going to be a great modification, whether you're thinking about going ahead and going big power down the line or slight power, because you can use this if you guys decide to turbo or supercharge your car, or simply, swap an engine into your car. The SCT4 tuner is going to be a great option, and it's going to save you a lot of time and money down the line, because if you guys go into a shop to get your car tuned and you guys do not have this, you're going to be spending a lot more than you normally would. So definitely go ahead and pick this up. It's a great mod. I think anybody who has a Mustang or any car in general should pick up a tuning device. For $419, it's something you're just gonna have to buy. If you can find this used, definitely go ahead and do that. But LMR sells it for $419. In my personal opinion, I think they're price gouging this thing. I think I got mine for like 300 something bucks a couple months ago, but 419, that's what it is right now. You can find these used. They're sold pretty frequently, but if you need one ASAP, LMR got you covered for $419. Now, these are going to be the top 5 modifications that you guys should do to your 99 to 04 Mustang under the performance category. Now, as you guys see here, I went ahead and put some of these items into our cart. I have the SCT4 tuner, the lowering springs, the Catback, as well as the gears. Obviously, I don't have the X Pipe under here because you don't buy that off at LMR. That's for $270. And I also did not go ahead and include the wheels because, you know, maybe you're not liking the wheels that are on this website, but those are gonna be around $900. And then I have the tires, which are gonna be around $1,000, and it's gonna put us right under $4,000 for all 5 of these essential mods for your 99 to 04 New Edge Mustang GT. Under $4,000 for all this, honestly, is a lot of money, but you think about it, you are getting a lot of things for your car, which are going to definitely increase the performance of it and have it feel and look a little bit better. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. $4,000, is all this worth it? Or would you just go ahead and throw a used supercharger, or for $4K, a new supercharger system on your car and call it a day? Hope you guys did enjoy, and it's been your boy, Ears POV, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.